Welcome back to our Achievement Hunter series aimed at feasting on the Darkmoon Faire gameplay achievements. We've burned through the achievements for every other class, and now it's time to slice through the Demon Hunter achievements. Let's get into it.
This should be interesting.
In today's video, we're covering the following 3 achievements. Good Arm, to destroy 5 minions in a single turn with Throw Glaive. Feeling Ill, gynoth. Ultimately to deal 100 damage with Il'gynoth's spin on the lifesteal effect. And Not So Lonely, requiring you to end your turn with a redeemed Pariah that has 10 attack or more. None of these requires us to win games to complete, so we can employ some unusual strategies to pull these off. As always, there are timestamps for each achievement and deck codes for each deck mentioned in the description below if you'd like to skip to the one you're looking for. Let's start with one a fair number of people have found challenging, but it's actually fairly simple with a bit of a trick. Not So Lonely requires you to end your turn with a redeemed Pariah with 10 attack or higher in play. One method some people employed in duels was to use the Gift of the Legion signature treasure alongside Linehopper and or Khadgar's Scrying Orb to make the Pariah really big. And while it's still possible to pull it off that way, Gift of the Legion going from 2 mana to 3 mana in the patch last month made that method a lot more difficult. However, there's a simple way to get Redeemed Pariah to 10 attack or higher, which we did with this Pariah's buff deck. The deck does run a few cheap outcast cards alongside Linehopper, but more importantly, it runs buff cards such as Wriggling Horror and Abusive Sergeant. The trick with Abusive Sergeant is that his buff doesn't seem to count towards the attack when counting at the end of turn when you press the end turn button. However, as you can see from the gameplay when we completed this, if you concede once you've buffed Pariah to 10 attack or higher using Abusive Sergeants, it will count the buff from them. It's a technicality, but it works. If this hadn't worked, we were planning to pull the Abusive Sergeants from the deck and swap in a few other cheap outcast cards. So if you prefer a more straightforward approach to this achievement, that's an option that should still work. Lorekeeper Pokeout into the Skulls of Gul'dan will improve your chances of having a fair number of free outcast cards to play alongside the redeemed Pariah. Good luck. Next up is the simplest gameplay achievement for Demon Hunters. Good Arm. Since this one just requires you to destroy any 5 minions with Throw Glaive, you can just play until you have 10 mana and cast Command the Illidari and kill 5 of the Illidari with Throw Glaive. So toss these 2 cards into any deck you want and play them out for an achievement complete. Or, if you prefer to go about it in the way we did, with an overly complicated deck with almost infinite damage potential, you could try out this Wrathscale Glaives deck. There are ways to make this an actual infinite combo deck in Wild, but in Standard, you need a discount from Geppetto Joybuzz or Skull of Gul'dan to hit Silas Darkmoon, Generous Mummy, or Violet Teacher to set up the combo turn. As you can see, we donated Generous Mummy to our opponent with Silas's Battlecry, making our Throw Glaive free. Then, with help from Violet Teacher, we can have an infinite supply of 1/1 apprentices as each Throw Glaive will summon another one. With Wrathscale Naga sending 3 damage at an enemy every time we take down an apprentice, it's possible to take down a sizable enemy board and full health opponent in a single turn. The only issue is that if the Generous Mummy gets hit 3 times, the Throw Glaive discount will go away. So it's not actually infinite without help from Death Speaker and Emperor Therissian in Wild. Still, it's a fun way to surprise opponents while finishing this achievement. There's a full video from when we did this linked up above if you'd like to check it out. Have fun showing off your good arm. Now for the final class gameplay achievement from the Darkmoon Faire, Feeling Ill, gynoth. In order to pull this one off, you need Il'gynoth. If you don't have him in your collection, he's available in the Whirling Weapons buckets from duels. I'm not sure how reliable it is, but we were able to get him after a few rounds when we built a deck around weapon and lifesteal synergies. Since you'll have those synergies in your deck, you'll have what you need to get progress towards this achievement when you manage to draw him. However, if you have Il'gynoth in your collection, it won't take too many games to complete this one. We used this Il'gynoth lifesteal deck from HS Replay to complete it. However, we did complete this before the patch which nerfed Blade Dance, so while none of the decks on HS Replay boast above a 45% win rate, you might try an updated version of the deck if you're struggling to set up a strong damage turn with Il'gynoth. However you choose to complete this, you won't be feeling Il'gynoth anymore once it's done. Sorry. And that's a wrap. If you found this helpful, drop a like. It'll help others find this video, as YouTube actually notices when people press a button. Also, while this was the last class guide for the Darkmoon Faire achievements, we've got one coming up for the neutral achievements, so check back soon. Or subscribe, because we make remarkable content. If you have any questions or suggestions, let us know in the comments. And if watching content live is your thing, check out our stream at twitch.tv/SSAlchemist. We currently stream on Saturdays and Sundays. And remember, you're awesome. Thank you for watching, and have an awesome day.